Ba-da-dum-ba-do. Bum-ba-da-be-do. Bum-ba-dum-ba-do. Bum-ba-da-dee-dum. Bum-ba-da-dee-dee. Bum-ba-da-dee-doo. Bim-ba-da-dum-ba-dum. Ba-dum-ba-ba-dee-doo. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or, if you're new to the channel, hey there, and welcome to ya. My name is JGuard, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical, and I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomer, just welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience. Now, I know for those of you who are in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, and the time zones immediately to the west and east of that, it's late, but hey, come on, guys. I'm here, and I'm ready to hang out if you are. So, what are we doing tonight? Well, as you guys may remember, we took care of building this. A simple storage room for all kinds of items. These range from all the rocks and dirt type blocks to other things that can drop from them, and all the major monster drops. With, of course, a handful of exceptions due to them being equipment of one kind or another. We've also separated the mine room from the rest of the hobbit hole so that we can have the storage in here not interfere with any storage out there. I don't want any copper golems that I end up spawning in down here to go and meddle in the chests upstairs. I don't want them doing that. So we've taken precautions against that. We've also been experimenting with shelves, figuring out how they work in terms of the hotbar swapping function. But we also did some planning for this chamber over here. Now this is going to be a simple chamber in concept, but a difficult one to actually build. What I'm looking to do is make two separate sections to one major chamber. The valuable storage room. Basically where I'm going to send all my ores to be processed into blocks of those valuables. All my iron, all the raw iron, raw copper, raw gold, the fully processed iron, copper, and gold, diamonds, redstone dust, coal, all that good stuff, and all the silk touch blocks are going to go in here. At least that's the current plan. Now, how is it all going to get in there? I haven't the faintest idea. I'm going to figure that out. I'm kind of thinking that what I'm going to do is make this chamber not be a chamber. Have it be a stairway down to the room where all those blocks are going to be waiting after processing to be put away. Maybe set up a system where I have those valuables sent down a chute to the copper chest, waiting in there for them to be put away, if I can. I'm not entirely sure. I'll figure it out. I'm not sure how the redstone is going to work, is where my big problem comes in. But in terms of concept, the idea is going to be that this will be a stairway down to where all the valuables end up going once they're compacted or processed. And this section will be a room where all those ores get put aside by the copper golems to be processed into compacted blocks, or in the case of others, get put away to be just stored, I guess. It's hard to articulate this in words. It's a little hard to articulate in words what I'm going for, but basically one doorway leads downstairs to where the ores will be It's where all the valuables will be stored. One will lead to a room above the downstairs that will overlook it, but not have access to it. Not direct access. And I want it to be that way so that the copper golems don't accidentally go down there and meddle with the chests, putting things in there that I don't want them to put in there. I want this to be an organized system. Granted, that might be a little difficult, but I intend to figure out a way to make it work. There it is. Need some birch to start this wall, which will help me keep track of where the edge will be over here. Actually, I just realized. Messed up. those up. Good. Sa-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-dee-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-dee-dum-ba-dum. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-dee-dum. Ba-da-ba-dum. I feel like I need to work on that door a little bit. I feel like it ought to open both when I hit the button. Either button. Where's all my redstone? That's not good. Ah, here's a little bit of redstone. It's not as much as I was looking for, but you know what? It might be enough to do the job that I want it to do right now. Ooh, hello. White wool. No, 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 no. Stay on target. Stay on target, JGuard. You've got a job you gotta do. You can worry about the ship a little later. I'm gonna need to get some building materials from inside the ship a little later anyway. Need more redstone dust. Seriously, where did all my redstone go? Let me guess. It's all in the kitchen, isn't it? No? Where in the world would it be, then? Seriously, where is all my redstone dust? I feel like I ought to have way more than I'm finding. Which, I'm finding none. What in the world? What in the world has happened? Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Is it in here? Yep, and there's still not a lot. What in the... Okay, clearly I've been using up a lot of redstone for stuff. That's not great. That is not a great situation at all. Why is it suddenly not working again? Oh, I know why. Yep, I need resources from the ship. Looks like I'm gonna work on the ship for a second after all. Tell me, do I have shears over here? I swear I saw shears earlier somewhere. I don't know where, but I did. Just craft up another pair. I keep having to do that. Which just proves how much I'm gonna need to soon start spending time over at my iron farm on this world. Because I have an iron farm. I honestly don't know why I don't do more over there. Here's a question. What happened to my little guy? What happened to my LA? I had an LA that was following me around for a while there. Did I lose him? Did he die? Did he get stuck somewhere? Actually, I think I had two of them. Well, they're not in the guest house, or they'd be flying over. They wouldn't have been able to get stuck in the... Darn it. I think I just flat out lost a little guy. Or two. It's either that or I took the items from them. Hello, Dillcat! Dillcat Gaming, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Guardian Studios. Oh ho ho! An RL Craft player, huh? Yeah, I got nothing but respect for those of you who can play RL Craft and make progress in it. I have not played it myself yet, but I plan on doing it. But I give a tip of the hat to you, sir, who play RL Craft. Assuming you are, sir. I apologize for that, but I am making that assumption until further notice. Now, seriously, where did your kin go, little guy? Better. That's actually better. I had a feeling that would fix that thing. Make it feel more like it was natural. I feel like I used up more wool on that than was originally there, though. I don't know why. Oh well. I definitely love this world, though. You think so, Dill? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. One Minecraft player to another. I appreciate that. Oh, crud. I just remembered what I was going over to the ship to get originally. I was going to go over there and get spruce slabs so I can fix the door in my base. I've got an iron door I'm trying to put in place to keep copper golems corralled down in the mine, and I'm trying to make it so that it will activate both doors on a button press. What do you have, sir? Nothing that I can't go get myself. I have a couple of rules regarding these guys, the wandering tradesmen, the wandering traders. The main one is if they have nothing that I want to buy, I eliminate them. He almost made me forget what I was doing again. Aha. Spruce slabs. Also need spruce stairs, and... You know what? I'll just take the rest of this. At least the parts that I can use in my house, where I'm currently working. I do still wonder whatever happened to the allays that I had following me. I mean, did I take the items from both of them, or did they somehow get killed or something? Did they despawn from a glitch or whatever? I honestly don't know. And I doubt that I'm ever gonna find out. Yeah, mainly I do it because if I let them linger, they just waste resources of the game, so to speak. That still doesn't do it? Piston doors are less complicated than this. I have a feeling I just can't make it work the way that I want it to. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you can't make something work quite the way you want it to. That's what I keep learning sometimes. It's irritating, but you know what? I'm just trying to make it so that if I put copper golems to work down here in the storage rooms of this floor, they're not going to be able to come up here and go, oh, I want to see if there's chests through here, and open, and carry on. I want them to stay down here in their area, in the mine rooms. I do not want them anywhere else if I can avoid it. Thank you, Dill. Thank you. Do you prefer Dill, Dill Cat, or what do you prefer to be called? Whatever you prefer to be called, I'd be happy to refer to you by that. I would just need to know which one you favor. Because, see, this is part of why I'm going to need copper golems down here. I get a lot of blocks from mining that I don't care to have on me. So I intend to, at some point, set up a water elevator in this room that'll bring the items up here, where they'll be funneled into a copper chest, that the copper golems can grab them all and take them away to the storage room over here. I get you, Dill. I get you. Dill. That just makes me think of... Oh my gosh, it makes me think of two different things that both connect to each other. On one hand, it makes me think very fondly of a cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid. Rugrats. It makes me think of how one of the central characters in the show is named Tommy Pickles, and he has a little brother named, of all things, Dill. Man, I miss that show. Apparently, Nickelodeon has tried or is trying to do a 3D remake. But, I'm sorry. The one that I saw... The one episode of that I've seen anything about, it was the same thing I used to watch. Just turned 3D. So, no real interest for me to watch it. But, if you can ever find the original cartoon, I recommend it. I mean, if you watch cartoons. There's some cartoons where reboots were actually beneficial because they could reach a new audience and they were even better than the originals. But that case is unfortunately very rare, it feels like. It feels like those cartoons that are remakes of old or reboots of old and both respect the original stuff and improve on it are few and far between. But when you do find them, it's generally pretty satisfying to have located them. Alright, what did I come up here for? Pale oak. That's what I came up here for. I want to find some pale oak. Some pale oak materials and use them in tandem with iron doors. I want to do some more sectioning off of certain parts. Well, I want to section off one part for sure. Now, granted, iron doors and pale oak doors don't look the same, but they're similar enough that I think it'll be okay. Got pale oak slabs. Ooh. Something tells me I don't have much pale oak. Wait a minute, what was that? Pale oak! Pale planks! Good. Good, good, good. That's what I need. So, Dill, as a gamer, what kind of games do you usually play? I'm curious. Of course, if you prefer not to discuss, you are welcome to maintain silence. I have no problem with that, just so you know. Hey, that's me as well. Well, what a small world. I'm in the same boat there. Hoping to do more games, both ones that my community asks for and ones that I just decide to do. But also focusing heavily on Minecraft, because that's something I enjoy doing. Huh. I was kind of thinking I was one of the very few that were doing that kind of a thing. Nice to know I'm not alone. I'm half thinking I might replace this iron door with a regular door. But for now, I'm going to keep it as this kind of door. Because I'm seriously thinking that I'm going to end up putting a copper chest in here. I'm going to have to make sure that copper golems can't come in here when they're not supposed to and mess with this. That's going to be hard. I'd have to put in iron doors over here, too. I don't want to have to do that. It messes with the aesthetic, and I can't really reshape this room at this point. Much less this one. This one has got mine chambers all the way down towards the bedrock lined up with this. I don't want to mess with that. Hey, how do I swap an item? Is there a key on Bedrock Edition to take an item out of the offhand and put it in the main? I don't think so. Because we don't have the usual offhand system. We don't have the same offhand system as... Ah! That was my mistake. I did not know that was a thing I could do. What in the world was that? That was actually kind of blinding. I sincerely apologize for that, guys. I did not realize that I could do that. That was weird. I just wanted to take the shield out of my hand, out of my offhand for a little while. I like having it there, but I also tend to get tired of having it there. I guess I could just put trap doors here and hope that they aren't an issue. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm going to end up doing. Just put trap doors to keep the copper golems out and hope that that doesn't come back to haunt me. Which I'm sure it eventually will. Hey! Thank you very, very much, Dill. Hey, I appreciate you being here. I hope we see you again sometime. Until we do see you again, thanks for being here. Appreciate it more than I can say, my friend. Ow. Oh, my head. I think I am very lacking in the fluids department. I am definitely going to have to step up my water game. How do people do that? In the YouTube chat, how do people do that? Is it one of those colon, type something in, colon things? I honestly don't know. Never used emotes of that type before in a chat or in comments, so yeah, call me oblivious if you must, but I've just never had to use something like that. Never had a reason. Alright, so I gotta think. How much room do I need for what I'm gonna do? And how am I going to do it? I guess what I need is a system that somehow keeps certain items in a chest You know, I may not even need a room this big. I'm not sure. I need a system that holds items in chests, or multiple items in one chest. Keeps one of that kind of item in the system, in the chest, at all times. Never takes any more. Never takes that one, but siphons off any extra of those items that get put in that are already in there, so that there's always one, but then the rest gets sent down the system. Preferably multiple separate chests for the different items, so that I can have multiple items in the setup, all working auto-crafters. If that makes sense. So basically I'd have chests along the wall, feeding down hopper systems into crafters that would all be activated periodically, compacting whatever items are being put into them into their block form, so that those items get dumped into the system. They all eventually get siphoned down the system into a copper chest in a room down below, where a copper golem or two will be waiting to collect those items, take them to organized chests, and put them away. That way I've got a system going for all my valuables and all my other items from mining trips. That's the dream. That's the big dream. Why does it feel laggier out here? Is it because of the sun? Is it because of the sunlight cast on the water? I think it might be. I think that might be affecting my frames, but I don't know. I can't be sure. I could be just imagining the shift in frames, for all I know. Let me think. I may have to go look at a YouTube tutorial on another channel to see if I can find a system that will work. I know one mechanism that did work to filter items along hopper lines, but I don't think that's the kind of thing I'm looking for here. I need a chest that keeps those items in it that I want to be sorted, so that the copper golems will know, okay, this chest has this item in it. I must put more of this item in here. Or more accurately, it goes to the copper chest, opens it up, pulls out the item, and looks at it and goes, I must find where this goes. And once it's done searching the chest, it'll eventually find the one in here where the item actually goes, and it'll be like, oh, the item goes here. There is already one of this item in here, so the ones I am holding must go here. And it'll just dump them into the chest, and they'll be siphoned off to be compacted. That is the kind of thing I really, really need in here. And if I could have it be ready to go, whether it's a matter of I need multiple chests for it, or I just need one master chest, processing it all into the hoppers to go into the crafters. I don't know. But if that is the case, so be it. But I really don't know how such a system would work. I am still very, very new to Minecraft. To redstoning. I don't often do actual redstone. I think that Enderman just warped himself away. I think he's gone. Hey, there's my LA. At least you didn't disappear like the others. I'm still wondering what happened to those other two. Oh yeah, I've got cows and sheep out here. And pigs. Oh hey! There's one of my LAs that went missing. He wandered off. Oh, I get it. They were flying around over here above where I was underground. But they never detected me over here. So they didn't come flying over. That's what it was. That's all it was. They were following my progress underground while they themselves were above ground, and they couldn't track me that accurately when I was coming back up and down. That's gotta be how it was. Alright, what was I doing? I was pondering how I was gonna make such a system for organizing valuables and compacting valuables. Right. Unfortunately, I don't know how to make such a system. I may have to look and see if such a thing has been devised by the community yet. Someone may have something. But do I know that for a fact? No. Let me see. Let me see. Copper, golem, item, sorter, bedrock.